Now at 7, it's Election Day in America. Voters from around the country fulfilling their civic duty and casting their ballots.
Back with political analyst Matt Klink. Let's take a look at some of those other results from critical races across the country. We've got the full screens. A Democratic pickup in the race for Virginia governor. Congresswoman and former intelligence officer Abigail Spanberger has been declared the victor over Republican Winsome Earl Sears, the current lieutenant governor.
That's right. And then in the race for New Jersey governor, Democrat Mikey Sherrill has been declared the winner, keeping the governor's mansion blue, defeating Republican Jack Ciattarelli.
And in the hotly contested three-way race for New York City mayor, it is Democrat Zohran Mamdani, the winner, defeating former Governor Andrew Cuomo, running as an independent, and, of course, Republican Curtis Sliwa. Matt, the impact you think these results will have on the Trump agenda moving forward as we get closer to the midterms?
I don't think that this is going to slow down Donald Trump one bit. He doesn't care about what happens in the polls because he doesn't have to face the voters again. He's going to charge forward with his agenda. I think he's probably more concerned about what's going to happen at the Supreme Court tomorrow with tariffs. But he's going to keep moving forward on his own agenda. Hopefully the shutdown, now the longest in U.S. history, gets resolved soon because it is costing a lot of money and hurting a lot of people. But, I mean, he'll lick his wounds from tonight, but nothing surprising has happened.
Right, but he also said, I think it was either yesterday or the day before, that if Mamdani wins, that he's going to withhold federal funds to New York City.
Yeah, I mean, to the extent that he's allowed to by law, he's not going to give them anything extra, that's for sure. I still believe, though, that campaigning Mamdani will be different than governing Mamdani, and the rubber's going to meet the road because he needs money from Albany, the state capital, and from Washington, D.C. He may not get it from either place. So he has larger fish to fry, so to speak.
Today also brought some major headlines in terms of the 2026 race for governor here in California, and an announcement from Alex Padilla, the senator. Here it is.
And so it is with a full heart and even more commitment than ever that I am choosing to not run for a governor of California next year.
Padilla had been seen as a front runner if he entered the race. Are you surprised by what he said today?
Yes and no. Yes, because you're right. He would have been the front runner. These opportunities don't present themselves very often. But you have a safe Senate seat. You're in the most exclusive club in the world. You're gaining seniority. I know he wouldn't lose his seat, but, you know, there's a note of caution to be taken there. So I think I would have loved to have seen Alex run statewide.
Interesting. Well, Padilla was seen as a possible favorite. You know, had he jumped in, he would have been the front runner. And that, of course, decision today put those prediction markets into a tailspin, if you will. I think I was very surprised, actually. I thought that it was, you know, that was it. He was going to run for governor, but not the case. He wants to fight the fight, which is interesting. Do you think, though, Caruso might jump in now, that knowing that Padilla's not in there and what Katie Porter has been through with those viral videos, that perhaps maybe others are going to jump into the ring?
Yeah, I mean, sure, the two happiest people in the world right now are Katie Porter and Antonio Villaraigosa. But I think that a lot of people that I talk to are like, who else is going to get in? Like, they're waiting for one other or two other big names to jump into this race. So, I mean, I would imagine that it's going to have to be pretty soon. But I think that the excitement will continue to build, but Katie Porter is probably very, very happy tonight. And Antonio Villaraigosa, who thinks he can take on Katie Porter and beat her, is really happy tonight.
Matt, before we let you go, a question about the power of messaging, which I know is right in your wheelhouse. People were polled on Prop 50 here in California and were asked many, many months ago, do you support giving legislators in Sacramento the power to redraw maps? The answer was no by a big majority. The same people are asked, do you want to stick it to Trump? Yes, and that's the messaging that has apparently prevailed here.
Correct, yeah. Micah, emotion in politics is an incredibly powerful thing, and anger is by far the most powerful emotion. It was more exciting to stick it to Donald Trump than to temporarily get rid of the Citizen Redistricting Commission, and that prevailed. And also, it's a really simple, straightforward message by Gavin Newsom. There's no thought required. Trump, bad. Prop 50, yes.
Very good. All right, political analyst Matt Klink, thank you so much for joining us again on another election night.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Good to have you as always, Matt.